So last week's video, I covered the light version of a coaching business, but this applies to the first step, the first milestone in any goal. People experience anxiety. How can you get anxiety down? Well, there's a few tips here. 1, a lack of information causes stress. So gathering information is a good action to do in order to get that part of the stress down. Science also shows preparation is a really big deal. And so preparing brings mastery, brings knowledge, brings habit, brings flow, things being automated because you've practiced it multiple times, or you prepared, or you know the content really well. So that brings anxiety down as well. Now the problem is the way that you have to understand the brain. What we do is that we stand in the present and we look at the future milestone and we go, oh, what could go wrong? What will I see, hear, and feel? That's the underlying thing in not generalized anxiety, but anxiety, where you sort of imagine things going wrong in the future. And you experience that as real. Now, what if you just stepped out of that emotion and you imagine that you have already completed the goal? Either you were successful or you were unsuccessful. That doesn't matter. But when you look back, from an observer point of view, you see yourself in a movie, and you go from that moment in the present all the way up to reaching that milestone. In it going wrong, you can look at it as a scientist to look at your own movie from the present time to that moment of completing the milestone and study what went wrong. What is it? Where could I have prepared? Where was I getting stuck in my own head? Could I have gotten help? Consult an expert, whatever it is. And learn from that. So then you can go, well, if this were to happen, all those bad preparations, how can I prevent all of that? How can I mitigate that risk? So what specifically is it that I can prevent this negative result from occurring? What should I do different? You can also play that same movie, but if I would have a positive result, what would I then do in that movie? With the trajectory towards that, what would that be like? And if you still get stuck, you can also imagine someone who has already completed this milestone. You interview them, who, what, how specifically, what are the steps that you took to complete your first milestone? And then you watch them in this same movie, being you, completing that milestone, and it will give you other ideas. So you can copy their model of excellence. And that's how you bring anxiety down.